Continue to break down some of the market response to the epic tariff sell-off today. We'll see if we get some reversal into the close. Scott Bauer is joining, CEO at Prosper Trading Academy. Scott, this morning we started talking Square, and we're going to end our conversation talking a little Bitcoin. But in between, let's go to gold because this thing took off like a rocket.
What happened? No, just kidding. Yeah, it did. You know, and that's the kind of the go-to, right? When the what hits the fan and we get news like that today and bonds start plummeting or yields start plummeting, I should say, that's the go-to. I think this is a complete overreaction in the marketplace today. I think this was planned behind the scenes, not by the Fed, but coming out of the White House. Completely, this is, in my opinion, an overreaction. I think gold dips back down.
All right. So, I mean, it is just vertical. It was interesting because when I saw the tweet, I was wondering, all right, what's going to get hit first here? Semiconductors, retail, and those eventually followed, but investors didn't waste time running to gold. What does it tell you in terms of how to sort of hedge risks in this market?
Well, you know, we've talked about this numerous times. Gold was a laggard for how long, right? So it has really finally caught up. And now that we're seeing, rates sub 2% again in the 10-year, that's what investors are flocking to. And it tells you that, that's kind of the safe haven right now.
Yeah. Do you want to try, I mean, as long as gold's making higher lows on higher highs, do you want to ride that train too, Scott? As a trader, do you have this as part of your strategy?
Do you want me to tell you what I did today?
Tell me.
That big rise up?
You bought some Bitcoin.
I bought a lot of puts.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I don't know. But I bought a lot of puts in the gold space.
Okay.
Because I think this was a big overreaction today.
Short-term reversal, or are you giving yourself some time?
Short-term.
Okay.
No, short, like 3 weeks out.
Okay.
3 weeks out. I think, like you said a minute ago, this thing just went vertical, right? I'm not saying that the fall that I anticipate is going to be that quick, but I think over the next couple weeks, we probably see it, fall, at least to where it started the day today, if not lower.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting is even before this, we had the bond market already basically mostly full steam ahead. Lowered yields, bonds were rallying. We've talked about this ad nauseum here, that's technically what you would expect with Powell not living up to expectations. So is that within itself, forget the tariff stuff, is that enough to keep the gold move going though?
Yeah, I'm not so sure because even though we had that move in the bonds, if you looked at some of the big banks before the news came out today, a Goldman, a JP, those guys were really hanging in there, right? So it didn't seem like the trade on the street for those stocks were really too concerned about rates getting hit.
Okay. So yesterday I was dogging Bitcoin because we had a real sizable move in gold. It dropped pretty sharply yesterday when Jay Powell, gave his presser, and then Bitcoin was actually up on the day. But today, it's looking a little bit more, I joked yesterday, it was more digital than gold. Today it looks a little goldy.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely more muted. You look at volume, and volume is paltry today. In fact, I think CME futures maybe 1,700 contracts today. Yeah, in BTC. So, not as much interest today. And, the underlying theme to the safe haven is that when rates go down, that hurts real currencies, fiat currencies, like, the dollar, and that's why people go to gold or some assets. So that's the theory about, when rates get hit, maybe you reach for something, a decentralized currency like a Bitcoin. And again, I still think we're way too far in the infancy of digital currencies to make that direct correlation that Bitcoin moves with interest rates. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you there. The correlation just doesn't really hold up yet. Hey, Scott, last point though, you short gold on the short term. What about BTC as it creeps back up to 10,500? We moved through 10. Do you look at the chart on this? Are you touching it? You steering clear with the low volume, or how do you approach it?
No, I've been picking it up a little bit, and the only reason being it's more of a feel trade. It's not a technical trade. It's a feel trade to the fact that over the last couple weeks, with all of the negativity that we have seen in the news here, we got sub 10,000, but it really held in there. So keeping it close to the vest, but I've been nibbling a little bit.
All right, there we go. Scott Bauer, appreciate the insight. The CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. Thank you as always, Scott, joining us from the CME. We'll be right back.